Well, wouldn't you know it, we're back at Disneyland again. Walt Disney's original Magic Kingdom looks better today than ever before. Part of that might just be that right now it's so spaced out. There's more elbow room in Town Square than I've had for years, and I am thoroughly enjoying every square inch of it. This is fantastic. The park has been open for about a week now, but just before that it was closed for more than 400 days. That's over a year. For me personally, that was about 50 days longer than I've ever been away from this place before. Now, we were here on opening day, filming and checking it out, checking out the scene, but it was so chaotic and crazy that day. There were so many familiar faces and so many people who were just so full of joy. They wanted to talk, not to mention just how overstimulating it was to go from your couch back to Disneyland. That, well, let's put it this way. I'm very grateful to be able to come back again and take things at a little bit slower of a pace. Dude, what an absolutely glorious day outside. Everything is so bright and vibrant. It looks like it was lit for a movie. Nothing quite looks real, and I mean that in a good way. I certainly am glad today that one man's crazy vision, his crazy dream of a place where the young and the young at heart could step into a fantasy world came true. Wow. Dude, after the crazy year and a half that everybody's just had, walking around here feels like the ultimate symbol that there's still imagination and joy and happiness in the world, and that things might just be okay after all. Oh my gosh, everything looks so good. I'm not sure which direction to go. Every path looks like joy. It's like when you don't know what to eat because everything sounds good. Well, I think since I went to Fantasyland first last time, I'm gonna head back over to this side of the park towards Adventureland, which is normally where I like to kick off my Disneyland day. But just really quick before we do that, I thought I'd come over here to the entrance of Frontierland. It was too chaotic the other day to really stop and dwell on it, but I did notice this new entrance here. Not only has this whole walkway gotten so much wider that it doesn't even really feel like you're on a bridge anymore, but underneath the much bigger sign and beside the much wider gateway here, you'll notice the log fort gates are all made of planks now. I'm not sure whether that's just a temporary thing or they've changed it like this because logs take up a little more space. Who knows? But any excuse to look back at the Frontierland entrance of yesteryear, I'll take it. I'll take it. It's actually kind of funny because it certainly is wider. I mean, that was the whole point of the makeover, but unless somebody points it out to you, you almost can't tell. They managed to make so many little tweaks to keep traffic flowing and improve the sort of feng shui of the parks, if you will, but just keeping everything perfectly in the spirit of what was there before. And the entrance to Adventureland is the perfect example. Everything here is so much wider than it used to be back in the day. And I'm not even thinking about back in the 50s or something. I'm talking back in like 2010. All of this is much wider and more open than it was even just a couple of years ago. And I remember when they first started talking about removing the little hut that was right here on the side and replacing the original archway sign up there with this much larger one. There were a whole bunch of people freaking out saying, oh no, it'll never be the same, it'll never look right again. But look at it. It looks fantastic. Funny part too is that it actually changed a lot of times before that. The plans, the bridge, the archway, the signage, all of it was different way back in the 1950s and 60s. In fact, back then, off and on through the years. Up on top of the old gateway between the tusks up there, you might see a gruesome severed head. Yeah, oh, that's right. Sometimes it would be there, and then sometimes it wouldn't. In these modern times, they've settled for a wooden head, you know, like a mask, which is not nearly as threatening, but probably a lot easier to clean. All right, I've got to try to control myself and stop flashing back to Disneyland's past. I promised today that things would be chill, and I would go at a slower pace, try to stop and smell the roses. But I do have a lot more epic Disneyland history stuff that I want to share with you guys. So be prepared, because next time we come back here together, we're going to be coming back all the way back in the 50s. Now, if you are interested in Disneyland history and the Disneyland of yesteryear, I did do three Maybe even 4, I forget. Anyway, I did do a whole series of time travel documentaries about Disneyland, featuring the Frontierland and Tomorrowland of the 50s. We went to Fantasyland, rode the Skyway, all carefully crafted by sorting through hours and hours and hours of old footage never before seen, all shot by actual amateur tourists. Sort of a first of its kind series, you know, which I think you would definitely enjoy. So keep an eye open for sure. Oh my gosh. The Bengal barbecue smells so good. Now, I have celiac disease, so I can't eat much here. And normally that doesn't really bug me. You know, I could just go eat at home. I don't live very far away. But the Bengal barbecue is the rare exception where I'm like, oh man, I really wish I could eat whatever that smell is. Even after being away for a year, it's easy to take for granted that Disneyland is such a crazy, complex, intricate, and detailed place. Just the maintenance and the intricate paintwork everywhere. Signs, the props, the lighting, to say nothing of the immaculate and heavily layered landscaping. All of it takes round-the-clock care and skill and maintenance. So if you think about being shut down for over a year, and not just being short-staffed, but at times having no staff, the fact that they were able to get this place back online so quickly and have it look so pristine and clean and beautiful, it's a true testament to all those people working behind the scenes, all the cast members, janitorial. They know how to make the magic happen, that's for sure. Jack Sparrow! Shouldn't you be inside the ride? Shouldn't you be in there? Oh, okay. I have no idea what he said, but it's fun looking at him up there. I'm actually kind of a big fan of the way these socially distanced character meet and greets are going down around the park. It makes it a lot easier for everybody to see the characters, and it seems to be a lot easier to get your picture taken with them. Because even if there's like 30 other people around, you can just take that sweet selfie, you know what I mean? All right, you know what? Enough of this smelling the roses. I want to get on some rides. You know, the amazing, wonderful thing about Disneyland is it's so full of incredible detail on every level, and absolutely gorgeous scenery and things to see and do and buy and eat, that you can have a super incredible fun whole entire day without riding anything. Notice I said you could, but I don't wanna, because it's been a long time, my friends, and I really miss Pirates of the Caribbean. I had a little taste in Florida, which was good, but it's different. There's just something about the original. And you know what? If I'm gonna ride Pirates, I don't wanna ride it alone. Luckily, my first mate has arrived. Hi, Allie, look at you, look beautiful. Well, you always look beautiful. You look extra beautiful. Oh man, drink up me hearties. Yo ho! Not from the fountain though. Do not drink from the fountains. That line looked so long, but it's going so fast. I always forget that at the original, there's basically no line once you get inside. Unlike Disney World or Paris, say, where the line pretty much begins inside. See, look at that. Once we're inside, we're booking it. Just pretty much straight to the loading area. Feel that beautiful Louisiana air conditioning. Row number 1 if you want the most fun. Oh my gosh. Look at that. It's been so long. This was always Allie's and my favorite ride here. Favorite of like the big attractions, you know? We spent quite a lot of time together on this ride. Dude, now that I've got my backyard jungle going, the next step, if I ever move again, is to build a backyard bayou. Oh yes. Hear that beautiful music? Think they know any other tunes in there? Do they take requests? Oh shh. I gotta be quiet now. How is he talking like that without lips? Oh! Whoa! Oh! I forgot about the drum. That's what happens when you go to Florida too much. They catch you unawares. Oh boy. Here we go! So moist! So moist! Oh! Look at that. If I ever had Jeff Bezos money, this is what I'd want my wine cellar to look like. 1/2 Bat Cave, 1/2 Pirate Cave. Alright, let's see here. Oh, the old powder horn, the mysterious quote-unquote donut, is gone now. But it looks like the games are still on, and so is the drinking. Oh my gosh, dude. That's the thing about Disneyland that set it apart from all other theme parks in the early days. It was all built by guys who were professionals in the film industry. Set builders, scene painters, storyboard artists, and animators galore. And wait a minute, what's that? Oh yeah!
Perhaps he knows too much.
No.
He's the last friendly words you hear. You may not survive to pass this way again. Dead men tell no tales.
Here we go. Oh my gosh, there's some kind of battle happening here. We could be in danger. Somebody's a town. I'm a pacifist. Non-combatant. Oh man. It smells so good in here. It smells like old times and happiness, memories and magic and Jack Sparrow's cologne.
Weigh anchor now, you swabbies. What may I offer for these hearty hens?
I could be crazy, but I feel like they at least fixed, if not upgraded, some of the lighting in here. I mean, it's been a long time, you know, since I've seen Old Bill, but you can see the silhouettes of the buildings better. There's a little sky effect back there. It looks great. Wait a minute, where's the donkey? I guess I'm the only donkey around these parts today. Yeah, dude, looking at all of this, the way it's all perfectly framed, you could tell it was designed by animators. It's just too bad they never did an animated Pirates of the Caribbean movie back in Walt's day, huh? That would have been amazing. Oh, Dirty Foot, your favorite pirate, other than me. Now here's the part that makes our pirates just a little better than the Florida one, in my opinion, although they do have the better line for sure. It's this burning, crazy wreckage room. Look at that, the consequences room. This is why you're not supposed to play with fire, kids. You could ruin all the furniture and the ceilings and the floors. This whole part used to freak me out so bad when I was little because I was convinced something was going to drop on my head at any moment. It still boggles my mind how they do this burning log effect and how it smells like it's burning. Wow! Ah, yes. Our grand finale. Look at that. I like to think that would be me if I was a pirate. Silly voice, not very good with the pistol. Leaning on a cannon. Hey, you finally made it inside too. Must have wanted the air conditioning. Can't blame him. Dude, I really want some of those eyes over there. Especially for my jungle. Unfortunately, in my backyard, I've got the real thing. There's a lot of rats back there. Let's not think about that now, though. I'm good with that. Pirates! We did it! We pillaged, we plundered, we rifled, and we looted. All right, we're coming in for a landing. Get it? Okay. Finally, now that that's done, I really feel like we're back. The park is back. We're back. It's all back. We're gonna get it all back, baby. And if I know Allie, and I think I do, next up she's gonna wanna go back to a certain beautiful riverfront mansion that's packed to the gills with ghosts from all over the world. And hey, wait a minute, I just remembered that just for the pandemic, just for these weird social distancing times, there's a secret entrance. Oh, thank you, look at this. They've themed the old chicken exit, and they're using it as a sporadic random entrance for social distancing, you know? And then you're back in the portrait gallery. That was weird. and fast. I'm sorry to say that I went out that way many times as a child when it was the old chicken exit, as my dad called it. If you were a little too spooked and crying a little too hard, a friendly cast member would usually let you exit that way. Who would have ever thought there'd be a global pandemic and masks and I'd be entering that way and it'd be all themed? Times change, my friends, times change. Oh, I forgot you guys already rode this with us just the other day. Well, I guess I'll just give you guys the Cliff Notes version. Whoa, what the heck just happened to Madame Leota? She dematerialized for a second. Alright, that I've never seen before. Weird.
Happy haunts every sleep of sympathetic vibrations that are beginning to materialize.
My favorite part where the guy's like, eh? What's that? I'm pretty sure this ride is the reason that I've always wanted to live next to a graveyard, you know? Whoa, look at that, we got a hitchhiker here. Some people would be afraid of that, but I always think of graveyards as places where people get together and there's kings and teeter-totters and stuff to do, and there's owls and kitty cats and who knows what else in there. Oh, I'm blind! Now what? Sadly, Pirate's Lair, aka Tom Sawyer Island, is still closed. The weird thing is, though, that raft is on. Your raft is running. Tom? Huck? Anybody? Dang it, I never ended up going on Tom Sawyer Island at Disney World, and now it's closed here. Someday. Now, one thing that isn't closed that everybody keeps expecting to be is good old Splash Mountain. That's right, it's still here, it's still going. I think probably everybody's heard by now that it's going to be re-themed to reference The Princess and the Frog instead of the old Song of the South film that's always been so controversial. But they must still be working on the plans because it's still splashing away for the moment. Speaking of The Princess and the Frog, I just remembered I saw Tiana earlier in Adventureland. I always knew Tiana was pretty, but I didn't know she was a real estate genius. Look at her buying this fixer-upper over here. She's gonna transform it all and become a real estate mogul. Now, as always, some people are upset that they're making changes here, but to me, I'm like, well, it's had 30 years, you know, it's had its day. And at least it's gonna stay open for a while so everyone can say goodbye to their zippity-doo-dah friends. I haven't really paid too much attention to the proposals or what they're saying is gonna replace Splash Mountain. The one thing, though, I really hope they find a way to keep and doesn't go away is this. The old Briar Patch. Now, most people probably don't even know the Briar Patch is here. I mean, it is kind of off to one side, out of the way a little bit, but even people who do enjoy the Briar Patch and the carrots growing up on the roof, for the most part, don't realize this is a serious piece of forgotten Disneyland history. Long before Splash Mountain, as recently as when this was Bear Country, this building right here was the old Indian Trading Post, as it was called. Dude, this store's been here for a long time. Some version of this store and of this building has been standing in this spot all the way back to the 1950s, when all of this area here, from the front tip of the Splash Mountain Loop to the tall gazebo part of the Hungry Bear restaurant, was all Native American themed and known as Disneyland's Indian Village. Of course, nowadays the old village is almost completely forgotten, but it's a fascinating part of Disneyland history that we will talk about a lot next time. I've got a lot of footage of the old village. For the moment, though, just look at that. Look at that, it's survived all this time. It still looks pretty much the same. Over the years, they've had to replace a number of the wooden logs with fiberglass because parts of the building are definitely showing their age, but it's a true survivor, a true relic of a basically forgotten time in Frontierland history. Up, someone got a table so she could take a mask off break. And you'll notice in the background, the Davy Crockett Explorer canoes are also currently closed. That kind of makes sense. Can't really properly row a giant reclined canoe with people 6 feet apart, you know. And if you just put them all on one side, you'd be rowing in circles. You know what, standing over here reminds me, on opening day, we didn't even look at Star Wars Land. A lot of people were grumpy about that. So let's go back there and check it out. Oh, hey, look, honey. Star Wars Town. It's still here.
Oh, neat.
So, how about that Fantasyland, huh? One of my favorite places on the world. The whole time during 2020 when I was sad or stressed out, I would just try to imagine that I was in Fantasyland. A place where nobody can be grumpy for long. Well, except for Grumpy. You know, the 7 Dwarfs Grumpy. He's co-owner of a diamond mine and he's still cranky. Which reminds me of how epic the new Snow White ride was. We did it at least 3 times the other day. And it seems like it just got better every time we did it. And now finally we're back. So we have time to check out some of the other Fantasyland dark rides, like Mr. Toad, who's supposedly next in line to get the refresher treatment. But before we can hit the road with Toad, it's time for Allie's current favorite ride, Pinocchio! Oh, sorry. Time to head off to Pleasure Island. Okay, now can I do it? Pinocchio! Ooh. Oh no! Stromboli!
No, this one.
This just makes me miss the French version. The one I can't understand what the heck they're saying. Oh yeah, look at that! Woohoo! Get some cigars and play pool and go. Hey, tobacco roll! Tobacco roll! Whoa! Oh boy. It's turning into an ICP concert! Watch out, everybody! Watch out! It's getting pretty rough around here. Maybe the pool hall. There's no unsavory characters in a pool hall. Oh no! Lampwick!
So, you want a good toy?
Oh no, is that what's gonna happen to us? Devo is in here somewhere. I wanna go home. Me too now. Oh no! I gotta go to the salt mine. Oh, maybe a nice oceanside retreat. Hey, that was my line, Geppetto. Oh, Jiminy Cricket. This ride is awesome. Honestly, I don't know what they could do to improve this ride and refresh it. Maybe change the lighting a little bit or something, brighten it up, but it is just fantastic the way it is. Nothing beats a dark ride, dude. Nothing beats a dark ride. That's why the Snow White ride is so fantastic. They didn't turn it into a roller coaster or anything like that. They kept the basic elements the same, sprinkled a little pixie dust on it. Speaking of which, you up for standing in the line for Peter Pan? It's not as long as normal. Normally you'd have to wait like an hour for Peter Pan at this time. But at the moment, even though the line may look pretty long, and I mean like stretching through the castle long, this is probably half of the usual wait time on an average day. Oh yeah, dude, it's moving super quick. We haven't even been in line 5 minutes and we're back in Fantasyland, which means we'll be off to Neverland lickety-split.
To ensure a safe flight, please remain seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside your pirate ship. And please watch your children. Just a touch of pixie dust, and you'll be on your way.
I've always loved how you get your own pirate ship, complete with skull and crossbones. Too bad airlines don't have logos that cool. Oh, I love the Disneyland version of this ride. Just always love that little hidden Mickey right there. Oh, I forgot about when they did the refreshing on this ride. They added so many little things. And of course, we all know it's going to be refreshed again. I don't think there's really as many changes to make as there are in the Disney World version. I don't think it'll be as noticeable. We might just lose Tiger Lily. I hope not. Oh, we might. Oh. Oh, no, never mind. Oh, pixie dust. The Disneyland version always ends with that hard landing into the Never Tree. All right, the light is getting low here, and Disneyland is still closing rather early during these first few opening weeks. So we've got time for just one more ride. If we've only got time for one, then before we have to hit the road, we have to visit Mr. Toad. Now this is one ride you always knew they were going to change eventually. I mean, in the end, Mr. Toad goes to HE double hockey sticks, you know, and then that's it, that's the end. So I've always expected that it would get some kind of refresher, but I hope it's not coming too soon because I love this ride, warts and all. Toad joke. How rude. Wait, I forgot how palatial Toad's mansion is, man.
I like Mr. Toad's aesthetic in here.
Oh yeah, wish we had these kind of high ceilings. Congratulations, Mr. Toad. All right, Allie's driving. Better buckle up. Whoa, sorry, Mr. Manager. No, she's still not used to Orange County traffic. Oh, watch out, Allie. Woo! I'm just kidding. It's not Allie's fault. Something's wrong with this car. Watch out. Mole, mole, mole. That's why I like Allie. You're a true rebel. Wow, it's the 411. Wait, that's not it. 5-0, 5-0. That's what I meant. Watch out. Watch out. Oh, that's dynamite. Oh, that's dynamite. Uh-oh. Watch out for anybody named Winky. You can't trust a guy like that. Woo! Oh, we're gonna cause some trouble in here. Gluten! Watch out for the gluten! Uh-oh. Alright. Go to jail or take the scenic route. Ah! Get ready. Whoa! See what I was talking about? Oh, what the heck? Get it? All the little inhabitants of the heck are gone, except this one last one. Kind of makes me think that means the change is coming soon. That was so weird. Nobody lives in that hot neighborhood anymore. Oh, all right. Well, I know Allie is happy because we just rode all of her favorite rides except for Snow White. But that's okay. We've got some time. We are coming back. And on that note, when we do come back, we'll be looking at a little Disney history and doing some time traveling. So head over to Instagram and tell me what your favorite land was back in the olden times, in the long, long ago, before the masks took over. So yes, put a comment down below or on Instagram. Check out our online store. T-shirts and wristbands and hats and pins and so much more. And then you'll have done your duty. All right, gang, that's it for us. But don't worry, we will of course be back. But for now, we've done our duty. It's time to go home and sleep well. No. The baby geese. The baby Canada geese are headed right towards Monstro. No, watch out, Mother Goose. You're getting too close. Danger. Do whales eat geese? I don't know either. You might be fine. Maybe Monstro's a vegetarian now. The dad's chasing away the ducks. They're like, oh, there goes the neighborhood. Dang it. Oh no, he's taking his first swim. Good thing there's no boats. There's no boats right now. Oh, and I saw baby ducks earlier. Look at that. How cute.
Yeah, that one's the metal pirate.
Whoa, hey. What's this burning, crazy wreckage? Whoa, watch out. Shh. What is it? That's a secret. Oh, okay. We'll talk about that more next time. Shh.